Good morning and welcome to Unity of Wilmington. I'm Reverend Dr. Ellen Contente. It is Sunday, September 22nd. It is Order Month, and I am so happy to have all of you here this morning. And you're in for a surprise because your co-ministers are going to be singing as part of the Celebration Singers. So I welcome everyone to stand and join us in our opening song, I Walked and I Walked.
I walked and I walked, I walked all night long. I walked and I walked until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented, just couldn't be contented, just couldn't be contented until I saw the light. I prayed and I prayed, I prayed all night long. I prayed and I prayed until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented, just couldn't be contented, just couldn't be contented until I saw the light. I sang and I sang, I sang all night long. I sang and I sang until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented, I just couldn't be contented, I just couldn't be contented until I saw the light. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham, rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham, rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rock my soul. I walked and I walked, I walked all night long. I walked and I walked until I saw the light. Oh, I just couldn't be contented, I just couldn't be contented, I just couldn't be contented until I saw the light.
Woo! Let's give our celebration singers another round of applause, please. And I'd like to welcome up Ann Conlon, who is going to be your platform host for the day.
Good morning, Unity family. It's so nice to see you all here, and it's so nice for me to be here as well. We're going to have another wonderful celebration today, and we're going to start by reciting together the mission statement of Unity of Wilmington. It's not up there. It's on the front of your program. Okay, so please join me in our mission statement. We are a vibrant and loving spiritual community, expanding consciousness and personal transformation. And our vision, if you would join me, united in love, the world celebrates joy, abundance, and harmony. And we like to share together our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. And therefore, our three affirmations: I am a beloved expression of God. I am here for a holy purpose. I am in the right place at the right time, right now. Okay, so we're going to invite Shirley Melito to come up and read our daily word for today, September 22nd.
Thank you, Anne. The daily word for today is healing. Please read the affirmation with me. My thoughts, words, and actions affirm wholeness. Wholeness is my true nature. Even if I am facing a health challenge, divine life is active in every cell of my body. Knowing this truth I hold healing thoughts and speak life-affirming words, while making sure to give my body the rest, nourishment, and care that will help it heal. I refuse to allow thoughts of sickness or weakness to grow in my consciousness. I seek support among friends and family who share my belief in wholeness. As I have been supported, I offer my support. I feel honored when I'm asked for healing prayer, and I look beyond the appearance of illness, and with faith-filled vision, I behold and affirm the wholeness that is seeking to express more completely in the lives of those for whom I pray. Whew. And the Bible verse that goes with that is from the book of John, the Gospel of John, chapter 5. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?"
Oh, thank you so much, Shirley. Wow. I love the Daily Word. How many of you read the Daily Word daily? Or at least once a week? Yeah, let's be honest with each other. When we remember. And when we remember, it makes such a big difference in our lives. And so I like to take time after the Daily Word. I think we're in that kind of meditative state, and it's a beautiful time for us to do our meditation. So I invite everybody to get comfortable in your seat. Go ahead and close your eyes. We'll bring the lights down. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Today is all about blessings and thinking about all the areas in our lives that we need blessings. Starting with yourself. Breathing in. Asking yourself, where in my life do I need a blessing? Is it my health? Is it my finances? My relationships? Maybe it's creative expression. Breathing in and release. Feeling yourself centered, grounded. Knowing that you are one with Spirit. God is always blessing your life. Opening up to the awareness of that power and that presence and that love that is always within and without, surrounded, guided, and in divine order. Breathing in and exhale. Release any feelings and thoughts of dis-ease, of unworthiness, of fear, doubt, or uncertainty. And breathe in the blessing of being alive. And so let's take a moment of silence and center ourselves in ourselves as divine beings, free from illness, free from dis-ease of any kind. Take a deep breath in. And silently repeat to yourself, I am one with Spirit and I am blessed. One more time. I am one with Spirit and I am divinely blessed. Now let's take another deep breath in, bringing our awareness back to the room, wiggling your fingers, move your legs. When you're ready, open your eyes and come on back. How many of you feel more blessed than when you walked in? I want every hand to go up. There we go, and for those of you watching online as well. So it is now my divine pleasure to invite up Rebecca. You know, I'm thinking, Rebecca Danielle, I apologize, but Rebecca Deese is going to sing for us today. Let's give her a rounding rouse of applause.
Regrets collect like old friends, here to relive your darkest moments. I can see no way, I can see no way, and all of the ghouls come out to play, and every demon wants his pound of flesh. But I like to keep some things to myself. I like to keep my issues strong, and it's always darkest before the dawn. And I've been a fool and I've been blind. I can never leave the past behind. I can see no way, I can see no way. I'm always dragging that horse around. Our love is pastured such a mournful sound. Well, tonight I'm gonna bury that horse in the ground, 'cause I like to keep my issues strong, and it's always darkest before the dawn. So shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, and it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake him off. Ooh, and I am done with my graceless heart, so tonight I'm gonna cut it out and then restart, 'cause I like to keep my issues strong, and it's always darkest before the dawn. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, and it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake him off. Ooh, and it's hard to dance with the devil on your back. I'm given half a chance, would I take any of it back? It's a fine romance, but it's left me so undone. It's always darkest before the dawn. Ooh, and I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. So here's to drinks in the dark at the end of my road. And I'm ready to suffer, I'm ready to hope. It's a shot in the dark, aimed right at my throat. 'Cause looking for heaven, found the devil in me. Looking for heaven, found the devil in me. But what can I say? Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, oh. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, oh. And it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake him off. Ooh, oh.
Well, let's give Rebecca a round of applause, and Katie, her mom, as well. Oh, wow. You know, I was sitting over there thinking, like, it definitely happens when you hit 60-something, where your short-term memory just goes. And I remember my mom, she'd be like, Ellen, Susan, David, whoever you are. Like, how would she confuse me with my brother David? But still, it's like, as soon as I meet someone and they tell me their name, it's like, I have to ask 3-4 times. So if I've just met you and I'm staring at you and I ask you, please share your name with me again, please understand that it's short-term memory loss. But thank you so much, Rebecca. I really appreciate it. And I saw Rebecca in Godspell. How many of you saw Godspell? Ooh, yeah, hands up high. Wasn't that? Yes, I know. You saw it many times. Wonderful show. She did an amazing job, too. We are so blessed with so much talent here. And we have someone here today who also sang on this stage many years ago. So, you know what? We are just filled with so much talent. How many of you are here for the very first time today? Hands. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. We love when people come here, not just for the first time, but come back and come back and come back and become part of our congregation and membership, because we love everyone here, don't we? We are a loving community. Absolutely. So today is the third Sunday of September, and we are still in Order Month, so we are going by the Unity Fillmore 12 Powers. So every month we have a different theme, and we are in Order Month. So my lovely husband, who loves to play around with tech stuff, he's our production AV guy, he kept looking for new pictures that would show what is a mess. So yeah, this is definitely messy, but I would say this picture here is an expression of creativity. Wouldn't you say that? Life can be very messy, although that would absolutely make me so anxious. I am definitely one of those orderly people. I like things neat. I want everything in its place. So it's challenging for me personally when things are messy. I've got to clean things up, but I do recognize that we absolutely need to create a mess sometimes to have what we want to be birthed in this world come to fruition. But when we think about, what does it mean to bless a mess? Well, a blessing is, it comes from God. It's God's favor. That's what the actual definition is. It's God's favor. So when you think about, I need a blessing, right? I need a blessing, or please bless this mess. What we're asking for is God to say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. And it's interesting because, I actually went Friday night to Dr. Herbert's happiness class. I've been meaning to go, but I've been out of town and I wasn't able to get there. And one of the things that we talked about in the class was, what would be a thought that we could have that would allow us to be happier? And I was sitting there thinking, what would be one thought that would really support me in my life, that I would be happier if I thought this on a regular basis? And I thought, you know what? Everything's going to be all right no matter what. Like, everything's going to be okay no matter what. And I thought, well, that's perfect, because it doesn't matter what mess you find yourself in, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. So you think about all the messes that exist in the world. We live in a pretty messy world, don't we? I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of what's going on, because we are living in it. But in our own community, we had a storm last Monday. How many of you had a mess in your yard, in your, where you lived, a lot, So of course we were asking for blessings for that. Please bless this mess. We think about, rooms in our own homes. We think about relationships that aren't going well, and we ask for blessings. Please, God, bless this mess. But one of the things that we forget is we need this mess to create our masterpiece. So my affirmation for us today is, my mess is my success. So let's say that together. My mess is my success. And for those of you watching online, which I know millions and millions of people around the world are watching us online, please go ahead and type that in the chat there too as well. So, why do we need messes? Well, Brendan Bouchard, who is a marketing guru, he said sometimes if there's no mess, there's no change happening. Right? So if we are not willing to mess things up, things are not going to change. If you want to stay in your comfort zone, safe in your comfort zone, that's perfectly fine. And there's nothing wrong with, once you've reached that success, you enjoy it, you stay in it. But after a while, it's like you become stagnant. So I've got to mess it up a little bit in order to make some changes. I've got to change, my hairstyle. Actually, today it came out pretty good, I think. You should have seen it yesterday. It was a mess. And maybe one of these days I'll just let it go wild and crazy so you can see. But I got a haircut. As a matter of fact, I ran into this beautiful lady here, Douglas, I don't know where we were, some store in Wilmington. I think it was Ulta, however you pronounce it. And we were talking about hair. Like, she'd just gotten a haircut, and I was going to get a haircut. So you got to be willing to mess it up a little bit to make some changes. You've got to be willing to pull the old out in order to have the new. That's how we grow. It's messy. It's messy to change because we don't know what we're doing half the time. How many of you know what you're doing when you're making a change? No hands went up, see? We don't always know, but we know that we want something to be different. We want something to be better. When I go to the hairdresser, I say, just make me look 20 years younger. No, I don't. But I don't know what I want. I just know that I want something different. I want something better. I go to the store to buy clothes, and I'm like, I want something different. If I always wear the same exact thing, again, nothing wrong with that. We all have our own little brand, right? Unity has a brand. People have brands. But brands change. If you look back over the years of any product, you'll see how it's changed over the years. And it's because we have to get out of our comfort zones. We've got to be willing to mess it up in order for things to fall back into a new place. A new place. So, if there's no mess, if you walk into your home and there's no mess, that means one of two things. Yeah. What I heard, you walked into the wrong house. Brilliant. Whoever said that, I didn't know who said that, but I was brilliant. But I would say there's probably one of two things going on. One is either you cleaned it up before you left, or you're afraid to make a change. And think about it, right? We get things so perfect the way we want them. And then we're like, oh, I can't change anything now. And yet life is always evolving and changing. That's the divine order of things. That's the creative process, is things are always changing. Sometimes we don't want them to change, and that's the hard part, when we don't want them to change, and yet they're changing anyway. So either we bless the mess as it's happening, or we get stuck. We're stuck in resistance, or we're stuck in resentment, or we're stuck in inertia, we're stuck in fear. When we talked about this in Herbert's class, Dr. Herbert's class, Dr. Harris's class, we talked about what's the opposite of the things that we want happening. It's fear. Fear is always underneath, what keeps us stuck. Fear that it's not going to work out. Fear that it is and I'm not up for it. Fear that it's not going to be what I want it to be. And so sometimes we're so afraid that we don't do anything. And so we create a different kind of mess when we don't change, when we're not willing to mess it up, when we're just living in this mess. And I love the song that Rebecca sang, because when you think about, there's this devil on my back. What's the devil on my back? It's yourself. It's your own way of thinking, negative thinking. That's the devil on your back. If you want to change things up, you got to throw it off and be willing to make a mess. Be willing to make a mess of things, but don't beat yourself up about it. So, a moment of self-compassion can change your entire day. A string of such moments can change the course of your life. How many of you are willing to admit that you kind of beat yourself up a little bit when you make a mistake, when you mess it up? Oh, look around. You're all in good company. And you're in the right place. Because we don't want to do that anymore. We don't want to beat ourselves up anymore. Because here's the truth. There's no such thing as a failure. There is no such thing as a failure. Say that with me. There is no such thing as a failure. Because failures are just our way of trying something new and messing it up. And messing it up so that we can learn and we can grow from that, so that we can make a different kind of mess. Let's bless the mess each and every time. Growing up, I learned from my mom that we didn't have self-compassion, that we blamed ourselves when we made a mess. She would say, "Oh, Lois, look at the mess you've made." That was her name. Actually, it was Thelma, but she went by Lois, her middle name. She'd say, "Oh, Lois, what an idiot. Look at the mess you made." And so that was the message that I would get growing up, is that, one, don't dare make a mess. Number two, if you made it, it was your fault, and you got to beat yourself up about it. And instead, what I learned as I grew up, once I became an adult, I think I'm still adulting. Any of us still adulting? Yeah. Is that life is made to be messy, and that we have to have compassion for ourselves. I have to start with me, because it's easy to judge somebody else's mess. How many of you have said, "Oh," right? Blame the other person for their imperfections, for the mess that they made, right? It's always somebody else's mess, right? I come home, and in the sink, somebody else's mess. Not my mess, because I always do my dishes, right, when I finish eating. But there's always a mess in my kitchen. So I can blame my housemates, my husband and my son, for the mess, or I could have a completely different view of it. And here's where I finally am getting to. Notice I said getting, not quite got. Is what a blessing to have a sink full of dishes. That means that there are people enjoying food in my house. That means there's food in my house. What a blessing to live with people I love, who I assume and hopefully love me just as much. What a blessing to have rooms in my house that can get messy. So think about the messes that you have in your life right now and how we complain about them. And ask yourself, can I bless this mess instead? Can I forgive myself for my own messes? And in Brene Brown's book, Imperfection, she talks about, one of the things that we do to ourselves is, we want to be perfect, right? So perfectionism gets in the way of us, trying new things. And when we do make a mess, we beat ourselves up instead of having self-compassion and saying, "Oh, well, look at that mess you made. How cool is that?" Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be, to just say that instead? I actually made a huge mess on the kitchen floor 2 days ago, I think it was. We buy these big giant jugs of water so that we can use that to fill up our coffee maker. And I struggle every single time trying to open this. I am not exaggerating. We've been buying these water bottles for years now, and I still struggle every single time if I'm the one who has to open the new one. Because you gotta poke a hole in it, and then you gotta twist the spout thing so that it comes out. Well, this time I twisted it so backwards that the water started spraying up like a giant water fountain instead of coming out of the spigot. I still don't know how I did that. I have no idea how I did that. But I literally had like a gallon of water all over the floor. And I caught myself, and I just started laughing. I just started laughing because it was like, you know what? Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. And thank goodness you have 2 men in the house who can figure this out for you. I joke, right? The reason I keep people around is to open things for me and figure things out mechanically because I just don't have that brain. My son came down and he looked at it and he finally said, "Mom, it's not your fault." He said, "It's not your fault. I can see why that happened." And he fixed it for me. He fixed it for me. But there was still water all over the floor. So the second part of being compassionate with yourself is recognizing the common humanity. Remember when I asked how many of you beat yourself up a little bit? Every hand went up. Every hand went up. So we all do this to ourselves. Doesn't mean it's good or it's right, but we can relate to each other as humans. And when we are mindful, again, mindful of the devil up here that wants to say, "Ugh, what an idiot. You did it again. When are you ever going to figure out how to open up this water bottle?" I could have beat myself up about it. Instead, I was like, "Oh, bless this mess. Bless me, because I don't have to be good at everything. I'm not good at figuring out how to open things. I'm just not." And that's okay. So let's look at this last one here, and I love this. Sometimes the messiest situations lead us to unexpected blessings. And when you think about your own messes in your life, how many of you have ever been unemployed? Right? Unemployed, lost a job. Did it lead to something better down the road? Right. Yes. Right? If you're willing to look back and say, "I am so glad they fired me, because if I wasn't let go, I would not have started my business. I would have not have moved across the country. I would have not had fill in the blank." How about divorce? Anyone in this room ever been through a divorce or a broken relationship? Lots of hands go up for that one too. So when you think about, man, that was a messy situation, being in that mess, but look where it led me. It led me to this new person who I love, or this new community of like-minded, loving people. Or it led me back to myself to understand, figure out who I am as a divine, beautiful, spiritual being. We think about health issues that are messy. You know, I've broken my ankle multiple times, many bones that I've broken. Messy, right? We've all had some messes of health issues as humans. There is no such thing in spirit. Spirit doesn't know illness. But if you think about what you've experienced as a human, where did it lead you? Think about the blessings that you received from friends, from community, even from yourself, recognizing, "Ooh, I need to take better care of myself." And that's the blessing that we want to give ourselves, is recognizing, what do I need? And also, when we talked about earlier, right, the hurricanes and the storms that blow through, the blessings that those bring are neighbors coming out to say, what do you need? How can I help you? I heard the story a couple days ago about Kate's Pancake Place in Carolina Beach. And I'm sure a lot of you have probably been there. And her employees came in the next day to say, what can I do? They were obviously they were flooded. But what can we do? We want to help. Neighbors come to each other to say, what do you need? How can I help? Right? Unfortunately, it sometimes takes disasters and divorces and unemployment and illness for us to recognize the blessings that we have. It's like we need the mess for divine order to say, okay, I'm going to bless this mess and I'm going to give you a blessing because of it. And that's what we want to be focused on, is all those blessings. So I want to share with you a big mess that Jose and I dealt with 20-something years ago. Let's take a look. So these are our twins, Jamie and Jesse, her twin brother. They were 3 or 4 at the time, so this was 21 years ago. Yes, we have permission to show this in public. I think I've shared it before, but we were woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning, give or take, to hearing laughter and noises, and we're like, what's going on? So our bedroom at the time was in a 3rd floor. It was a house in New Jersey. The attic was converted to the master bedroom. So we came downstairs to find them in their bathroom. They had emptied every shampoo bottle, toothpaste, and they made quite a mess in that bathroom, and as you can see, on themselves. But were they having the best time ever? They were blessing that mess. And when I think about what was the blessing, at the time it didn't feel like a blessing because it was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up and go to the work the next day. But when I saw the joy on their faces, I thought, why am I trying to live such a neat life? I'm the person who would take all of their stuffed animals and color code them, bears, rabbits. I mean, I would organize them on their shelf, books also in order, and they would, of course, come over and just take everything down. And if I wanted them to put things away, of course, it wasn't orderly. It was just, if it was off the floor, that was good enough for them. So the biggest blessing is I have these photos forever. And when I look back at them, I think, wow, it was a mess, but what a blessing to have mirrored to you that life can be messy and fun. It can be messy and fun. So whatever your mess is, remember to be joyful through it. Remember that there's a blessing there for you. There are always blessings. And that's the lesson. That's the lesson that, first of all, divine order is what brings growth. We need the mess. We need to mess it up to grow. Because if we don't shake it up or shake it off or shake it out or whatever we're shaking, we need to do that. And blessings are all around us all the time. So in the mess, ask yourself, what is here for me? That's my favorite question now when anything is going wrong, to take a deep breath and then ask myself, what is the blessing? What is the lesson here for me to learn? And then move from spirit as spirit in divine right order to clean it up. So let's say our affirmation, and we'll say it like we mean it, okay? My mess is my success, and so it is. Namaste. All right, so it is time for our divine giving, and I will invite our celebration singers to come up on stage. And this is, as we've talked about every Sunday, right? Your donations, your tithes, your gifts of your time and your talent, is what keeps Unity of Wilmington humming along so that you have a place to come every Sunday. And so we so appreciate when you give. And we do provide many ways that you can give. And let me just go ahead and click that there. You can, for all of you tech folks out there, you can scan the QR code and you can give that way. You can give in the baskets, and you can certainly give online and make that a weekly or monthly donation. So let's do our mudra. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. Blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. Be a blessing to the world.
And I know that these are blessings and that we are all divinely blessed at all times in our lives. And so with gratitude and thanksgiving, I say thank you for these blessings. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to invite up Ann Conlon, who is going to do our announcements. Let's give her a round of applause.
Move this baby over. Okay, another week full of exciting things going on. This church just keeps expanding and expanding with wonderful opportunities to enhance our spirituality and be more of a community. Today, we have Kirtan at 12:30 in here. Not today? Oh, she's sick today. Forget that. Don't show up. This month, Dr. Harris is doing a 4-week seminar on happiness. And Friday the 27th, it's from 6:30 to 8. So please come. And Cliff Burtwhistle is offering on September 29th a smart investing workshop, and that will be from 1:30 to 3. That's next week. Ellen, would you like to come up and talk about your workshop?
Am I on? Yes, I am. Okay. I just wanted to come up because it's 2 weeks from now that I'm doing the 5-week abundance. I've changed the name so many times. Abundance Consciousness class, True Journey to Prosperity. It's a 5-week class, and we're going to be using spiritual economics from Eric Butterworth. So for all of you that have been asking for more spiritual classes, this is the one you do not want to miss. So you need to sign up by the 29th, which is next Sunday, to make sure that a book is ordered for you. You can always order the book on your own, and you're welcome to drop in at any class, but it is a 5-week journey, and I do hope that you'll all join us. So.
Thank you, Ellen. Thanks so much. It's so interesting. I was up at UMAS, which is a Unity regional retreat, last week, and I decided to get the book on tape, or on audio books, Spiritual Economics. So I listened to it on my way up and back. So thanks for putting the idea in my head. So that's one we might want to participate in. There are lots and lots of other events happening at Unity over the next couple of months, this month and beyond. So go, make sure that if you haven't signed up for the e-blast, we get an e-blast every week that gives us information about all the upcoming events, and there are lots of them and lots of good ones. So I think there's a form in the back that you can use to sign up if you haven't already. You can go to the Unity webpage and go join the Facebook page and or go to unitywill.com and sign up for the e-blast. Every week we honor a couple of our teams. We can't run this church or have it be as wonderful as it is without lots of volunteers, and we need volunteers for all different kinds of teams. So give some thought to where you can participate and help to build this beautiful church. This week we're celebrating the building team. Anyone that's on the building team, I know Myron, you are, and Herbert. And how about the grounds team? Who else is on the grounds team? And thank you for what you do to keep our place beautiful. As many of you know, every 2 months we identify an outreach project so we can contribute to the community and the needs in the community. For this September and October, we will be working with the Diaper Bank of North Carolina. And this is to help families who can't afford diapers. You know, everything is so expensive these days. Diapers have always been expensive, and they're getting more and more expensive. So please bring in some diapers. They're particularly needing a size 5, I think I just read. And there is a bin in the hall when you walk in the door where you can put the diapers. All sizes I'm sure they need. But please participate in that, and let's help the families in our community that really need that help. Over here, we have this Soar in 24 board, which is pretty awesome. Our theme for 1924 is Soar in 24, and that's the church to soar in 24, and also each one of us. And so there's an opportunity to use those little sticky notes and write down something that you feel good about, that you've accomplished, whatever it might be. It might be cleaning a closet that you've put off for a long time. It might be, for me, going to the retreat and having a couple days away to just be in my spirituality. Whatever it is for you. And it's really fun to just go over there and stand there and read other people's experiences. It's very empowering and enlightening. So those are our announcements. So can we call you back up? Beautiful singer.
I might have, oh, there it is, thank you. So this morning we're going to try something a little bit different. We've noticed over the last several weeks that we have folks who love to sing along, love to clap along, love to be part of the singer songs, and I know that some of you may feel shy or uncertain about that, or maybe I shouldn't do that because they're singing. Today we are making it official, and we're giving you permission to do this. So there will be some lyrics on the screen for you, and that will keep coming back in the song. And if you don't know the song, I'm pretty sure you'll pick it up pretty quickly. And we welcome you to sing along with Rebecca when we get to those spots, and I'll be singing along as best I can. As you can hear, it's questionable at the moment. But the other thing I will say real quickly, or I'll let Rebecca say real quickly, since Reverend Ellen did mention Godspell, which was a few weeks ago, Rebecca and I have another show that's actually ending today. So
Yeah, so currently me and my mom are both involved in Six, the musical, at the USO building downtown on 2nd and Orange. And that's a show about the 6 wives of Henry VIII. And it's really fun, really pretty short show. It's very hype. It's kind of like a concert. But if you like just watching me, there's like 18 other girls like me in this show. So you'll really like it. And today is our last show. So if you're not doing anything today at 3 o'clock, you should come over and see it.
all right, and with that, we'll give this a shot. Don't be shy. Please sing with us.
undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned, staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. I break tradition, sometimes my tries are outside the lines. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Oh, staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten.
Rebecca, woo! I love that song. Everybody loved that song. It's a great song. Yes. Woo! What a wonderful service. I would love to go see that show. But Dr. Herbert and I are doing the new members class today at 12:30. So if you are signed up, great. If you're not signed up and you want to know about what it is to be a member of Unity, there is still space, there's still time, and there's still room. So feel free to join us for our new member class at 12:30 today. And it will be in the parlor room in the back. So we are at the end almost. It's never the end, right? It's never the end. We just keep going and going and going and going. I'm going to put beds here. That's what I decided. I think we're just going to have just beds and we'll stay here all the time. But we're going to do our prayer for protection and our peace song. So I invite everybody to stand if you're able. Ready? The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God tells us, I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is, and so is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And let that peace always be within, blessing your messes and blessing everyone that you come in contact with. We all need blessings. Have a beautiful, blessed day, everyone. See you next Sunday.